Good morning, boys and girls. I want to say hello to all my kindergarten friends at Tuscany Hills and the TK also. I am going to do the second lesson on the butterfly life cycle. And I want to do the lesson first and then I'm going to show you the caterpillars. I know that's the exciting part, but I do want to talk a little bit more about the life cycle. And today I want to talk about the timeline. How long is it going to take for our little caterpillars to turn into butterflies? So I'm going to turn the camera around here and I'm going to focus on this poster. I put a new poster up here today. Okay, it's also the life cycle of the butterfly, but I did like this one, I think, a little bit better than the one I showed you the last time. It has the stages around in a circle because it's a cycle. It continues and goes on, but it has a little explanation of each of the cycles. So you can see the beautiful butterflies surrounding the circle, and here's ours. This one right here is the painted lady butterfly. And then there's some other types of buckeye, regal. This one is a monarch. That's a very common butterfly that we see. I love this one. Two-tailed swallowtail. This one's called a zebra butterfly because it has stripes. And then a mourning cloak and a red admiral. But regardless of what type of butterfly it is, they do all start out the same. They start out from teeny tiny eggs. So here's a great picture of the eggs, and I'll read that. Okay, oh, it says it's greatly magnified. So they're not even this big. Remember what I said last week? Kind of the top of a pin, P-I-N, okay? The head of a pin, that's about how big they are. Okay, you could fit a whole bunch of them just on your little pinky fingernail, okay? And it says, number one, a butterfly begins life as an egg. And boys and girls, you know what? When the caterpillars come out, see the tiny little caterpillar? They're so small. Guess what they eat first? Not the leaves. They eat their own egg. They hatch from the egg and eat the egg first. And then they grow. And then this is the larva stage. And you also call this the caterpillar stage, right? So this is a nice, it's growing really nice and big, and I will read that. A larva hatches from the egg. The larva is called a caterpillar. As a caterpillar grows, it sheds the old skin and forms a new one. And I read about our painted lady butterflies. Like I said, they're going to look like this. They can shed their skin up to three to four times. So as soon as they grow bigger, their skin gets too small for them, just like your clothes get too small for you. And they have to shed their skin, they crawl out of it, and then they grow new skin. Okay, now this is the pupa stage, and this is actually called, we call it a chrysalis. Okay, it's not a cocoon, boys and girls. I have another poster that I will put up sometime, tell you the difference between a chrysalis and a cocoon. Okay, so the third stage is the pupa stage. When the caterpillar is fully grown, it sheds its last skin and becomes a pupa, covered with a hard shell called a chrysalis. It changes into a butterfly inside of the chrysalis. So it goes from, also then too, when they do hang upside down first, they hang upside down in the shape of a J. I have some pictures to show you that also. We're going to follow the arrows around to the last stage, and you know what that is, the adult butterfly. The adult butterfly breaks out of its chrysalis and flies away. The butterfly will lay eggs and a new life cycle begins. So once the butterfly, his wings are dry, her wings are dry, she flies and she'll find a leaf, and then she will lay more eggs, and the cycle continues. That's why you see the arrows. We go from egg to larva, caterpillar, the pupa, chrysalis, and then the butterfly. And it starts again, and it goes around and around. Okay, now this poster over here came with our little caterpillars in the cup, and it's also the life cycle. It just shows it a little different. Instead of a circle, it shows you here, there's a leaf hanging from a twig or a stick, and right where this circle is, those are the eggs. Now I know they're really hard to see even if I get close up. Okay, that's how small they are. So that's a great picture to show you how teeny tiny the eggs are. So out of the eggs comes the caterpillar. Now what I like about this one is it shows us a timeline. So if we would have gotten the eggs in this stage, the eggs would not hatch for about 3 to 5 days. Now, as soon as they hatch from the company, they mailed them to us. And that was 2-day FedEx. So by the time we got them, they were already a day or two old. Okay, so the caterpillar stage right here, the larva stage, can last from 7 to 12 days. So 7 days is 1 week. I'm going to walk over here to my calendar. Okay, and I want to show you. We got the eggs. They arrived on the 16th. I'm just going to circle this. All right, and I'm going to write this as day 1. Now, it really gives us a big range. It says 7 to 12 days. They'll be in the caterpillar stage. So even if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it could be anywhere from April 23rd, 24th. Okay, this is when the chicks are going to hatch. And then maybe the 27th, where they're going to actually start making their chrysalis. So 7 to 10 days. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let's just go like this. We're going to kind of do an estimate. Okay, and then when I look over here, here is the chrysalis right here. Okay, and it says it will be in the chrysalis stage for 7 to 10 days. So if I come back to the calendar, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have to turn the calendar. 5, 6, 7. That would take us to May 3rd. Now the thing is it's not an exact science like the chicks are. The chicks are going to take 21 days. Possibly they could hatch a day early or a day late, but the butterflies, it's a little different. Okay, each stage is, it could be a week, it could be a little bit longer. But I'm thinking the first week in May is when we're going to get our butterflies. So I'll continue on, okay? So we've got the caterpillar. Here's the pupa stage, the chrysalis. And then this is a great picture showing the butterfly starting to emerge. Just bite a little hole in the chrysalis, and then there they're coming out. You see the antenna? Okay, and here they are. Now, when they come out, their wings are wet. Okay, so they'll just hang on the wings. They'll hold onto the chrysalis, the little outer shell, and you'll see them start flapping their wings. It'll take a few hours for their wings to dry, and then they will start flying. Here we go. Okay, are you guys ready to see the caterpillars? I'm going to come over to my desk and sit down here. Okay, I'm really excited to show you. So boys and girls, I measured them with a ruler after we talked last week, and they were about a 1/2 inch long. So on this ruler, I'll show you. You see the number 1? And there's 4 little notches there. So that second notch is a 1/2 inch. I'll show you with my fingers right here. From here to here. Okay, they were just like this. And now look at them. Okay, there's our 6 caterpillars. They've really grown in the last few days. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, to put it down, 4, 5, and see the one at the top? 6. Okay, now again, even though it crawled to the top, that doesn't mean it's making its chrysalis yet, right? We still have a few more days to wait. Believe me, I will show you when they crawl to the top and they're hanging upside down in the shape of a J. Okay, we'll definitely see that. Okay, so if I take my ruler, let me set this up on top. I'm gonna find a good one to measure. I think that one might be good to measure because it's hanging right on the side. I'm gonna take my ruler. Now it's not quite 1 inch. I'm gonna flip it. How about this one? This morning when I looked, there were some straight ones, but now they're all kind of curved, aren't they? So we could probably measure this one here too. Just about 1 inch. It could be between 3/4 and 1, but I think let's go ahead and say 1. So when we write in our journal, we'll be able to just put 1 inch. Okay, I've got my journals here. I hope everybody has a journal. I was so excited. I got some pictures from kids since last Thursday. And they took pictures of the journals they either found online or they made. So this is the one I'm going to use, but I wanted to show you. I colored the journal that I made. And sometime soon I want to do a little art lesson where we draw our own, and we're going to put all the body parts and go over the wings. But I want to show you something. If you notice when I colored the wings, a butterfly's wings are symmetrical. And that means whatever you see on one side, you see on the other side. So if you haven't decorated, if you made your own journal and you haven't decorated your butterfly, or if you want to just practice drawing a butterfly has 3 body parts. It has a head. This is the chest or the thorax. This is the stomach or the abdomen. This is called the forewing, the one on the top, and this is called the hind wing, the one on the bottom. And here's the antenna, or antennae. Okay, and then of course it does have legs, but they're underneath the wings. So just like any insect, it has 6 legs. We just can't see them. But the wings, if you decorate your wings, see how I put a heart on one side and then one on the other side? And they're as close, identical, as close as I could get anyways. And I colored them both pink. And then I put a triangle here and a triangle here. Colored them both red. I put a diamond on this side and a diamond on this side. Put kind of a cloud shape over here, and they're blue. I put 2 green circles, and I put some squiggly lines. So if you're going to draw butterflies just for fun, you want to try to make the wings what we call symmetrical. Okay? I also want to show you that I put some lines. This is the journal I made with just blank sheets of paper. And I did draw some lines on there because I think it's easier for the kids to use lines. So let's go over what we wrote last week. Day 1, April 16th. We have 6 caterpillars. They are tiny. And then I added another sentence. I put, they are 1/2 inch long. So here's the 6 caterpillars in the cup. Okay, here's this journal. I'm going to open it up, and just kind of as a little review, this is what we wrote last week, just in case you didn't get started last week. We wrote on April 16th, last Thursday, that was day 1. We circled the larva stage, okay? That's the caterpillar stage. We have 6 caterpillars. They are tiny. They are 1/2 inch long. And then down there, I just used my ruler, and I just wanted to show you how big 1/2 inch was. And I did a little bit of coloring here. Okay, so today we're going to write on this page, and the day is actually, let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 6. Day 6. I'm going to write the date also. So remember, April starts with a capital A. All months start with capital letters. P, April. April. I'm just putting 1 finger space because I can tell I'm going to run out of room if I put too much space. 23rd, comma, and 2020. You put 2020. We're going to circle the larva stage again. Okay. And I think we're going to say the caterpillars are growing because they are. They're eating that food in the bottom of the cup. Remember, that brown stuff at the bottom is their food. Oh, boys and girls, you know what? I did find out what our painted lady, what those caterpillars eat. Okay. And I found this picture online, and I was surprised. I really didn't know this. It says that adult butterflies lay their eggs on plants that will provide food for the caterpillars as soon as they hatch. Painted lady caterpillars prefer thistles, which are commonly found weeds. I have to put my glasses on, boys and girls. Sorry about that. They will also eat, let's see it right there, daisies, which are hardy in the United States. So I didn't know that. So they, instead of the nice big green leaves that we think of caterpillars eating, they like these thistles right here. And they also like the leaves of daisies. So that was kind of neat. Another thing, boys and girls, I found some interesting facts. I think we might read those later. Parents, I had this sign up last time and I forgot to mention it. This is just a great website. It's called teacherspayteachers.com. When that comes up, it's not just for teachers, but it's teachers who put units, lessons, worksheets on there. And some of them they do charge. Might be $1, $2, $3. It depends what you're getting. But there's also some freebies on there too. So if you ever want to check that out, I know I get a lot of stuff there. So does Mrs. Curtis, Mrs. Mycroft, Mrs. Williams. We all do. Okay, we all get things from there. And I kind of put it up on the computer right here. Let's see. So when it comes up, you can just type in anything into the search bar. I typed in butterfly journal and look at all the things that came up. And there's, even more. Now, if you put the word free in there, you can probably get some free things too. Or you can just do a Google search. But you can use this for anything. Last night I was looking for some worksheets that had the body parts of insects. And I typed that in and I just, instantly got 20 or 30 different worksheets. So anyways, it's a great resource. Okay, let's go back to our journal. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're going to say the caterpillars are growing. We always start with a capital letter, don't we? Sentences start with a capital letter, and you guys know the T-H-E. Okay, I do have my stick. I can't find it, so I'm going to use a ruler right here since I have that handy. Or you can use 2-finger space. The caterpillars, remember, it's a really long word, but we can break it up into syllables, into the word parts, into the parts that you hear. Cat-er-pillars. If you say that, you can clap it. Cat-er-pillars. I hear 4 syllables, right? So we'll start out with cat, which is a word you guys already know. And then we have which is E-R. We actually have the word pill, like I took a pill when I'm sick. Ill. It kind of sounds like a caterpillars. You see right here. And A-R-S. The caterpillars are, I could probably fit the word R in there, but I don't like to squash my words, so I'm going to come down here. R, we know that is a sight word. A-R-E. I'll put my stick back on, and I'm going to sound out the word growing. We know it starts with a G. Right next to the G, I hear a They blend together. Grrr. Okay. And then I hear a O, a long O sound. Grow. Do you hear that W? Okay. If you just hear the O, that's okay, but there is a W there also. And then I know the kids in my class know this, that ing is always, when you hear ing, it's I-N-G. The caterpillars are growing, and I think I might put an exclamation mark there instead of a period, because that's exciting. The caterpillars are growing. Now let's go ahead. I want to say they, and I think I'll go down here just so I have enough room. They is also a sight word. Remember, we start with the word the. We put the tricky Y on there. It tricks the E to make an A sound. They are, again, okay, 1 inch. So, they're not quite 1 inch, but I don't really want to write, 3/4. I think the 1 inch will be good enough. They're pretty much 1. Now, I'm going to write the word inch. It's in with a ch, but I'm also going to show you if you put these 2 little marks up here, that stands for inch. Don't make them too big or they'll look like ones. They are 1 inch long. Long. There's some tricky letters in there. L-O-N-G. They're 1 inch long. And then I'm going to take the ruler, and right here, I'm going to draw a little picture. I'm going to go from 0 to, I think I might have to do that later because I'm holding the camera. I'll go back and erase that. Okay, so they're about, I'm putting dots on both ends. Okay, they're about this big. That look good? Okay, and then we're going to go draw our picture. So I'm going to make them a little bigger today. There we go. Huh, quite a bit bigger, right? They're 1 inch. And they're just crawling all over the cup, aren't they? Oop, gotta draw the food down here. Now, I don't think they've shed their skin yet because you can see it. When they grow big and they crawl out of their skin, you'll see the little pieces of skin in the cup, and I haven't seen any yet. So 1, 2, 3. I'll make one coming up this side of the cup. 4. We're putting little happy. I think our caterpillars are happy, don't you? Okay, 5, and we'll put one kind of at the top, sort of hanging down. 6. Okay, now I'm going to color those in later, and I can finish coloring some of this. And I'm going to be back on Thursday, and we'll see if they'll probably grow a little bit more. And if they don't, I think we might do some art on Thursday, okay, along with the lesson. All right, boys and girls, I am so excited to be sharing this with you. We're going to have a fun week, aren't we? Because we've got the caterpillars growing, and the chicks are going to hatch hopefully on Friday, but maybe even Thursday they might start pecking, and Mrs. Curtis will make another video for us so we can see the eggs, the chickens trying to peck out of the eggs. Okay, that's it for today. Bye.